benefits? Are there any conflicts?
Well, obviously, the development team will have conflicts here and there based on like what their preferences are, right?
Right.
Nobody wants the same thing, for example, in life. But everybody gets along. We all mainly know each other from different places. Most of us know each other from like Type Soul, different games. It's just basically a group of friends and connections that we all know from each other.
Okay. I think I'd probably just go between like development and then game questions, so it keeps it interesting.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Um, First question regarding the Tundra and game update that they asked was, um, will this update be much harder compared to the rest of the game? The game right now seems easy and mainly point and click based.
Uh, Relatively, I believe so. Slightly, yeah. It will be a little harder.
Definitely the bosses will be.
Okay. And the next question is that will the level cap increase, and if so, will it stop at 100, or is it going to continue increasing based on
Um,
content updates?
yeah, we actually had plans on increasing the level cap with this update, I believe, towards 50.
50. Okay. Will parry stun be added into the game, or will PvP get any reworks?
Parry stun as in like what? Like literal parry stun?
Yeah, in terms of
Uh,
like PvP changes.
I believe. Well, I mean, isn't there parry stun in the game already? Like, it exists, no? What do you mean by that?
It does. Do not play their own
It was
game.
just like a general question that they added.
I'm assuming changes to parry stun.
My mic
Yeah,
is
I
working,
believe we
right?
have plans to like
Absolutely.
change the game as it
Of
right now
course
it's
it
like a
is.
constant number.
Because I'm
And so
beautiful.
we want to add a formula based on
No one want to
how
type though, so
fast
it's cool though.
animation
I
is,
understand.
how long it is, to basically return like a number that fits. So you can't just like have M1's off parry or true like M1's off parry essentially.
Okay. Next question. Will this update rework anything in the previous updates, or will it solely focus on new content?
Yeah, there's reworks happening. Changes to the game in itself, not for content wise, but just in its entirety.
Okay. Since you said the level increase was gonna be changed to 50 from 40, will
Yeah.
classes or subclasses be getting any new moves because of the level increase?
Um, no comment on that. I can't lie.
Okay.
I mean, I could. There's gonna be a new base class
Any
coming in here.
information that we can get on those new classes?
I mean, you've already seen it.
Okay. Is Paladin going to be released this update?
Paladin? What's Paladin,
Uh,
bro?
They're
That's lean
referring
again,
to
bro.
like a like a holy like knight type of deal. There's
Jesus
some
Christ,
like
Uh,
bro.
there's some
Yeah,
like
I
references
had a
in the info
concept
server.
for it.
Yeah.
It's
there is gonna be subclasses and classes added, but there's like no talk of
swear to
paladin.
God, I guarantee Lean is the one who started that shit.
Okay.
Yeah,
Not this
paladin isn't
update.
in talks
It's
right now.
fine, but
Yeah,
not this update.
yeah,
Okay, next question. Will the Tundra update add new tameable mobs? Will they be Beast Tamer only, or
yeah,
can anyone tame them?
yeah. It will.
new
Yes.
tameable mobs, yes. Beast tamer only. No comment on that.
Okay. When will the faction reputation be fixed?
Um, I've known it's been like really weird and iffy in a while, but I've had it in my mind to change the way that it functions.
Okay. Is there any information that you guys can tell us about the second pre-subclass? Or any updates on that?
um, well, it's my
I'm really
concept, I
quiet right now,
suppose.
but I'm locked in. I'm locked in. I'm locked in.
Basically,
Because I gotta
it
listen
has
in,
a
bruh.
bunch of
So I can
passives that
write down these
rework
notes. Feel me?
some of the
So
base moves. So it's like it turns Priest into more offensive than sustain.
Okay. Will the update mainly be PvE content? Will there be any PvP based content?
Um, yeah, there will be. It's gonna be centered on both.
Okay. Uh, will there be any new world bosses added in the update?
Yes, I believe so.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
Do you guys plan on having more weapon types and spells for mages in particular?
Um,
Weapon
for
types, I
mages,
believe. I believe we are having a new weapon types in the talks, but
Yeah,
it's like it's a
There
bit
are
weird because it's a
spells.
mix of both. But I'm
Yeah.
not too sure about mages and whatnot.
it's not for mages, but
Alright,
there is a new weapon type.
okay.
There are some spells as well.
Will the gun class be added to this update, or
Nope,
is it still
nope,
Nah.
okay?
nope. That's never
Okay.
coming. There is no guns. It's not coming to this
Alright.
game.
Will bosses ever spawn by forming a party or ritual or some type of relation with the environment in general of the map?
I believe I had a few of those like recommendations before, like as I believe bosses or for something like the Elder Train was essentially bugged, but they wanted to like throw an idea along with fixing it as like different ways to spawn said bosses.
Okay.
So I mean, it could be planned in the future most likely.
Alright. How many new mobs or drops are getting added into this game with the
Uh,
update roughly?
There's a
no
lot.
comment. I mean, there's
No
a lot,
comment.
but like no comment on the
Yeah.
exact amount.
Okay. This was a question that people were asking quite a bit. Will there be a better way to obtain gold ores easier? For example, getting a gold ore by completing quests or finishing a story, perhaps?
I'm not too sure how hard it is right now. As like,
It's pretty hard, but
Yeah,
It's like
I don't
it's
think
like
so.
on
There's
average, you farm like 12 hours, dude. You may get one type of deal.
mm,
So
Hey,
it's really
it's
bad.
MMO. It's an MMO. You got to put that pain in, right?
we I can probably
Also,
look
there
into it.
this
are
I have a
The
question about that
entire
too.
like, yo, so
Uh, is there uh is there gonna be a way to make it so that you have an increased chance of getting one? For example, I believe Lucky Ring and Golden Fairy don't work on objects like that.
yeah, that's what I was gonna get to. Actually, the entire like weight rolling system, I kind of feel like needs to change. Needs to be changed up and like coding wise and like functionality. I feel like either like we could keep the I believe luck gives you like an extra roll on different rolls, I believe, right? Instead of like increasing your rarity.
Yeah, so it just gives you like quantity over like quality.
It could be changed or it could be kept, but I believe the entire system kind of needs a rework and slight buffs to certain like really hard grindy things because
Yeah,
nobody likes that.
there's
I
also
just
a video made by Select Torch
You're finally
about
taking
like
notes. I'm locked in,
the
bro.
drop rates when using Golden Fairy and Lucky Ring. Uh, I believe someone wanted to
It
ask
was
like, is
something that was
there a way
supposed to
to
get
like
added here, but I don't
fix
remember.
that stuff when the game reopens?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like the whole entire rework for that is basically meant to apply that to every single weight rolling thing that's in the game.
Okay.
Basically make it scalable and less time consuming to configure.
All right. Are there going to be any changes to how rune slots work, or in terms of the way it functions right now?
I mean, I don't think so. I feel like rune slots are perfectly fine though.
I think the reason why they were asking was for them. The main issue that they saw was that runes right now is pretty much to a point where it's not used for gear unless it's just end game gear, or
Oh,
perhaps
you mean as in content wise, or I thought you meant like general functionality.
I think it's a bit of both in terms of how it functions and just content.
Yeah, I've heard about it, and I've seen it firsthand. I mean, I believe we can talk about something.
Okay. Are there additional cosmetic changes to Seraphim planned? I think a lot of people dislike the halos, and it forces your character after level 25 to have it.
Yeah, so somebody asked me a question like earlier today actually. And same thing got brought up with like a question I got asked like right before this stage. They were talking about customizable like race accessories, faces and all that after you make your character. I believe yeah, I was gonna do this. I already did like barber shit. Just wasn't put into the game. It was meant to get put into the game, but it wasn't due to us having to close it. So yeah, all that stuff will be coming out.
Okay. And since you mentioned that the level cap was going to increase, will there be further evolutions to move? So, for example, like for each class, you get an evolution at level 10 pretty much, and it's not really included in some classes. So, for example, like power shot evolves into triple shot, multi shot, and then like battle auras.
Yeah, most likely. For older moves, currently, I wouldn't say as much, but for newer moves, most likely, possibly, yeah.
Okay. Will you guys ever allow being able to dual wield different weapon classes, like a medium sword with a dagger or a sword dagger fist if it gets added.
I would have to say no as of right now because I feel like that'd be way too much of a balancing issue.
Okay. Will there be faction events like how Topsoul has
Yes.
it for repetitions rewards?
Yes.
Okay. And then this is more of like development questions, so not sure if you guys want to answer these. But how has the exploiter wave affected the mentality and work ethic for you guys?
I mean, relatively, it kind of just made us, for example, like, it just basically gave us a sigh. Not a sigh of relief, but just gives us a sigh like, hey, we're gonna have to change up a lot more about the game's like code, redo a bunch of old shit, make it more scalable with development, make it more developer friendly, so it's more easier to update the game without somebody having to figure out what does what and
Okay.
possibly breaking the game along with that.
All right. Do you guys plan on sticking with weekly updates every Friday, or will that change after the update?
Like I said, or not like I said, but I wouldn't say what the schedule will be, but we do want to keep a consistent schedule while keeping out good, at least decent updates with like the time that we basically get for those updates.
Right.
If we can do one, we'll do one.
Yep. You guys are talking about coding in general, reworking coding.
Hmm.
Is that something that's being done right now, or is it something that would be done when the update comes out?
It's already been happening.
Okay.
I feel like only taking
Will
down
there
the
ever be a
important
feed
stuff.
system introduced within the game?
I would have to say no. I can't lie because it's really the only
Ruins the
one of
point,
the
doesn't
only
it?
current sources of income for the game.
Okay. So that means that there's no plans
As
revolving
of
species rules to be obtainable without Robux?
no, there was plans for that, but just not really like a pity system.
Okay. This was something that community member asked. What can the community do to increase communication between developers and the community? For example, will developers post logs for progress updates? So, for example, if you guys feel burned out or you guys have a delay for an X amount of reason.
It can happen. Uh, I wrote this down essentially because I don't want to get it wrong, but posting updates as a person with the status of a developer can put so much stress and pressure on you because let's say you do a balance change. Half of the community can like it, half the community will not. They will riot towards you. It's too much pressure, it's too much stress. If you want updates, you want transparency, it can be done, but I don't think like individual members of the development team should post it.
Okay. Will we see any free races come into the game in the future?
Free races, I'll have to
Oh,
say
like
no again.
obtainable races that you don't
Yeah.
roll for.
Table, I'm not sure how that
Um,
fit in the game. It can happen, but as of right now, I'll have to
well, I
say
have
no.
an idea of how it would fit, but I don't think it will happen.
Yeah, no, what's
Well,
it
not right
called?
now.
Since it's like a role system, it doesn't really like work. What we could probably do is make it so that you have like a evolution, I guess you could say. You know how like Seraphine and everybody has like an evolution. What if you complete a quest line and you can choose your variant kind of deal? So it'll be like a second evolve, I guess. That's not part of
Uh, Maybe,
your
yeah.
main
Vampire
build, you know?
quest, and then you get vampire variant for each race. So you can be a vampire slime, a vampire elf, a vampire bunny. Oh, I
Good
just
one,
cooked
bro.
so hard.
So yeah, so instead of like instead of like changing like your how your build is, it's just gonna change your cosmetics. So you just be like slightly different color or something, or have extra horns or something, you know?
Yeah, we can.
Not something game breaking. Like like you need this in order to complete a build, you know?
I see a lot of people talking about Doulahan rework. I believe it needs a rework, and yes, it'll most likely happen.
Quick
Yeah,
therapy.
that was tying into the next question about if there was going to be any way to change your race features in the future, like your eye color, skin color,
Yeah,
evolution.
I'm pretty sure I answered that like with like the barber question earlier beforehand.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll be an option to change once you like create your character,
Okay.
along with
This stream
I
is so
believe
annoying. I
this
hate
might be
writing this down.
like a problem, but I
But Dullahan
believe you
rework
should be
is
able to
what
like
we
make
needed,
erase
though.
before
I
and
can't
after
lie.
like mid game.
We needed that. We needed that
There's
for
no
real.
choice. I don't believe it'll be like a crazy balancing issue because just it's the same thing
Change
as
it for
having
extra
erase
Robux.
beforehand. No, it's basically like the same thing as having erase beforehand and going with the same build. But rather without
Why
having
did I get a
like the same
message?
slot to go different ranks, you kind of just change it there.
Okay. Will the gotcha system for spells ever be changed or reworked? Or if you guys were to change it, would you guys end up lowering the timer for rerolling spells?
Uh, it could happen, yeah. I think we talked about that a little bit.
Okay. Will there be lore writers for the game, or do you guys have anyone who adds on to the addition of the story and lore?
Me.
Okay.
That's it. It's just me.
Is there any information about that can be updated for the community, or is that something that's just planned
I'm
out?
not
What do
writing
you
this
mean?
down. Nobody cares
Like,
about lore,
like
bro.
lore
Respectfully,
drop?
nobody
Yeah,
care
lore
about
writers.
that. Nobody worried about that.
Don't really know what to say like that.
I
But
would love
Wait,
to
lore.
hear
I can
anybody
help
in the
you.
chat
Like,
say they
so
care about lore. Come
Yes,
on now,
there's
stop
stuff
that.
like
and
Be so
yes,
for
yeah,
real.
yes.
there's plans for lore, but I think what they're asking is that is there going to be like books or items stuff like that that can expand the
Oh,
lore, not just
Oh, books
quests
or
and
items?
yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's actually really cool, like little
Well,
idea.
I
Oh,
have.
Like
yeah.
No one care
I
about
thought
no
you meant
lore,
like
bro.
quest line.
Respectfully.
Yeah, there is a quest line, a very extensive one that ties
Yeah.
into something important in the tundra, and the reward for it is pretty fire, if I say so myself. But yeah, it basically tells you a lot about what the quest lines center around, and then there's going to be item descriptions on weapons and shit, not just like little patches of lore, and then you piece it together, and it's
That'd be pretty cool. What about like the current stuff we have? Because there's some items and weapons and there's some quest lines in the game that go over like just snippets of lore, right? But it's not enough to like fill in like the whole idea. Like who's Severia, you know?
Get a
yeah.
load of
Like
this
I
dude.
feel
This
like
dude
Figure
said,
if there
I
was a
think
book
that's just
that
you,
can
gang.
describe what Severia is and whatnot, I think that'd be
It's
pretty cool
like,
too.
bro,
Very is definitely a figure we need to like as the game
get a load of
progresses,
this guy.
we're gonna have to add more to. They're like too important right now to not do that.
Okay. And then the suggestion that I had was like add in like unique like lore books to like the world bosses stuff like that and have like a very slim chance of obtaining or have them pretty common. Who knows?
Um, yeah, we could do that. Take a bit of. It wouldn't be like this update though.
Okay. Just a general question that the community was asking. Would you guys be
Yeah.
able to tell us the weapon that the guy in the trailer was holding?
No,
Katana.
we
Um,
wouldn't, but that would be something for somebody else to
you
answer if
can
they
literally
want.
just see it. You
Like,
don't know.
bro,
The
you literally could
yeah,
look
you
at
can
it.
look. I mean, like everyone isn't exactly like most of the people know what the weapon is
You
already,
anyway, like, bro,
and
it's a katana.
Bonk has already mentioned what it is. As in general, like we mentioned, it's a class. So
Yeah,
Like, bro, we've
let's put
seen
two and
this
two
in
together,
type.
right?
Like, come on, bro.
You've seen the
We've seen
class
it in
before.
type.
You know there's a new class, and then you see a new weapon.
you see a
Let's
weapon
put
with a
two and two
sheath.
together,
Like, let's put
and
two and
then
two together, bro. It's the
do the
new.
math yourselves in your own heads silently.
Yeah, there we go.
And
He
you'll
got
pick
it
the
in the
difference.
chat. There we go.
Will pre-existing armors like Demon Sect armor receive a visual rework?
Uh, what was the question again?
Will
Like
They're
on
pre-existing
asking, Amon, they're
yeah, like
asking you
visual.
if the
Yeah,
old armors are gonna get reworked visually.
yeah, 100%. The armors like Demon Sect armor and Holy armor, those two armor in general, in specific, talking about specifically them first. They're really unoptimized and they definitely cause a lot of lag because they're
Misinformation.
so unoptimized.
Just throw a little bit
They
in
are
there.
getting reworked,
It's
yeah, and I'm
it's
gonna be
literally a
reworking most of
new
the
base class, and then
pretty
we seen
significant armors that do
katana,
need it.
bro. Come on now, lock
So
in.
those
Is,
armors and other armors as well,
are those
weapons
gonna
as
get
well.
done in
Before the
this
update,
release?
yeah, yeah. The Holy Sect armor and the Demon Sect armor, 100%.
Okay. Will we be getting gliders at all?
No,
It's just the question that they asked.
no, just no, bro.
Uh,
I don't know.
no comment, bro. No comment.
Yeah, it's just gonna have to find out.
Chill.
Yeah.
That was before we came in, guys.
Will Assassin ever receive a general rework, or I guess in terms of like, you guys could also talk
One
about like,
second before the last question on the gliders. I
Okay.
believe I did see things for the gliders,
Yeah.
so they were planning to do it.
I mean, if I can
So
say this, I, I do have a yeah. It's okay. Yeah, he said it right. There are things that have been made for the glider, but
I have
can't
a
really say.
question
so
that's not on here. They're asking, will you ever be able to change your subclass during endgame? So if you wanted to choose something else.
we could. I mean, consistently being able to change it nonstop. I feel like that's too much.
No, it has to be some
Yeah,
sort of grind.
So
A
what
way
about
to
just like
essentially like
a
change
new
it.
relic? Yeah, like a
Yeah, that could
one-time
be
use
done.
relic.
Yeah, that could be done.
Maybe that would have to be like extremely rare though.
Okay.
We
yeah.
need
It shouldn't
Tyrone
be
on
a.
stage. I was trying to get him on here. He
That
didn't want to
sounds
show up.
interesting. Okay,
He
okay,
wanted to
okay.
say something that has been already been
Oh, he's
answered.
lurking
The
in the chat.
level.
He
He
is.
wanted to.
Oh
He
hell
wanted to
no.
say the.
Yeah,
He wanted to say the level cap thing, but it already got answered. So
Yeah.
he wanted to be a
bro,
big
he
thing.
just posted a screenshot of him being invited to this stage, and he said, "All right, who did it?" Bro,
Yo, get up here, bro. Crazy.
actual lurker, bro.
Right
That's crazy.
Hold on,
here he
I'm sending
go.
him the
Is
Discord.
anyone recording this? Yes, Zuko is recording this,
Yeah,
and
it's gonna be uploaded so you guys can watch,
yeah,
and then it's gonna be edited as well, so that's not gonna be like a lot of like just static,
I'm
you
finna
know,
be faster than Zuko though.
or it's just gonna be very
Let
summarized.
it be known. Let it
are
be
there any
known.
other questions?
Yeah, there's quite a bit more. Will there be a dedicated PvP mode to earn rep faster if you guys end up reworking that?
I think.
For example, they asked
Yeah,
about PvP events like Guild Wars, Rank Mode
yeah,
There,
yeah.
events.
there is, yeah.
There is gonna be PvP stuff added in the game, but it isn't gonna be forcing you into PvP. For example, it won't be something that you're obligated to do. It's something you can do. It's not,
Okay,
yeah. So it's not gonna be like you're getting gripped and you drop a loot pack. Those things are ass. They're never getting added. So yeah.
okay. And then this was just a question about weapons in general. Will there be new and better spears and hatchets? I think a lot of people complained that they had a low
What do you
level of
mean
alignment.
by
Oh,
what do you mean by
Are we
better
so? Are
spears?
we so for real?
more spears. There's like 3 spears in the game.
Yeah,
Yeah, there is.
if you
There's
mean like more weapons, yeah, 100%. There will be more weapons. There will be more
hatchet.
spears in general.
Is there even? There's one hatchet in the game.
It has one hatchet.
Uh,
Yeah,
shit.
I didn't
Yeah.
even know that thing
Wait,
existed, bro.
had
Someone showed up. Someone
I don't
showed
wanna.
up in one of my streams, bro, with dual hatchets. I was like, what the?
You know,
Where'd you get that?
I've seen it
It's from
on
the fish
daggers.
quest, dude.
Yeah, yeah. The one fish that you
Wait,
gotta
what?
catch at Lakeshire.
Yeah.
There's a
Also, there's
quest at
two
the
hatchets. Then.
Lakeshire. Yeah, there's a quest at Lakeshire. You talk to a
Yeah,
guy, complete
this.
and find that
So there's a
fish. You
goblin
get a
hatchet.
hatchet. Yeah,
There's a goblin hatchet as well.
there will be more weapons of that regard. Yeah,
I
there
don't
will
think
be.
there's another
Oh yeah,
hatchet though,
the
right?
butcher. Yeah.
Don't expect like 15 weapons of that category, but expect like more
Okay.
because yeah.
And then tying into that question, will there be dual wielding spears or I guess more compatibility with different
Did we
weapons
not
for
answer this earlier?
bosses?
Yeah.
Okay. Um,
We're adding prayer frozen, guys. From
will
Rogue.
there will there be an increase in drops during the weekends aside from the two times drops?
Thing with the
Repeat that
drop
again.
rates.
Uh,
Yeah.
will there be an increase in drops during the weekends, like how you guys have two
No.
times drops or changes? Okay.
Right now, we can most likely increase the length that those drops will stay open, like stay on for, like the 2 times. But
Mm.
the actual
Someone.
multiplier amount is not gonna get touched. The economy itself is already shit. Like I said,
Yeah.
I'm willing to change the way that weighted rolling works in the game. So as you guys are not grinding your life in solo way for like a few things, especially with gold, right? But I'm not gonna be able to touch like the multiplier on like 2 times, for example, and increase it. It's
Yeah,
just gonna kill the economy more.
makes sense. Um, this was just a general question regarding NPCs and bosses. Are you guys gonna have markers for HPs, and how is the balancing gonna be like in terms of the
You
update for
talking about
that?
like boss HP, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's planned.
Okay.
Multiple, stackable, and whatnot.
Okay.
Also, someone brought up a really good one. will we ever get like a option to toggle for like uh damage charts and stuff like that? For example, if we were to fight a really big boss
Oh,
and we can see how much damage someone does.
Yeah,
Contribution.
that's what I was
definitely.
thinking of already. Like you tell me like damage contribution, right? Like percentage of
Yeah.
health.
And
Oh
then you'll be
wait.
able to
That's
see
the
like on
same
the
as
side of your
toggle with like
screen.
the health bar and whatnot on the
Yeah.
top.
Like GPO guys.
Yeah,
Oh
kinda.
no.
And that and will you guys ever rework how aggro works with night and stuff like that? Because you
Mm,
know how their current like how mobs move is that they target the person who does the most damage.
Mm.
That doesn't really fit well with something like Knight, because Knight's not gonna do as much damage as a archer or a mage, you know?
That is true. Could use an aggro
Like, would you
move.
be able to give like
think.
Knight?
Egos.
Yeah, we need an
You know how
aggro
you can
move,
probably
bro.
like give like Knight like an aggro move, for example, like something like
Hmm.
Roar, like off of World of
Don't.
Warcraft.
There is like
I've never played War of
things
the
like
Warcraft, so I can't tell you what's in there.
Oh, basically
he means
how
like he means like there's like for example a move like taunt
taunt,
that
yeah,
lets
taunt.
me to be aggro of the NPCs. There is a move like taunt that was discussed before. So if that's the question, yeah.
Okay, and then will that be able to be added in this next update coming up?
I mean,
We'd
yeah.
have to talk about it, but yeah, it's already been made, so most likely.
Are you guys
This
planning on
Knight already
adding?
has taunt. Yeah, but I don't
Damn.
think it works correctly, does it?
No, it doesn't. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. If you mean like reworking the thing,
Yeah.
no comment on that yet, but definitely can be reworked. But yeah, it's like there are things that would let you take aggro if that's what you mean.
Oh, someone said it should be added like a passive for Knight to just like do aggro with less like damage, or be able to take it while or take the aggro like the attention
That
with a
being
little
Yeah,
a
aggro.
passive,
Oh,
okay. That's not bad.
passive. Yeah, that can be done.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty good, yeah.
Yo, this guy's profile picture is Job. I want to ban him.
Hey, the chase
Can I
too.
ban Bonnie Chance?
Stop that.
don't
Don't
be
say
Planking
mean,
that.
Mage
man.
Pro Junior.
Don't be mean, man. It's
Map.
okay, man.
Yes. Another question I had personally was, will there be ever a way to obtain like a map or something, or have like a map UI you can
I
toggle
don't
on
think
or off?
you should be able to obtain it. Maybe you should, but I believe yeah we should add a map into the game. It wouldn't be a bad thing.
Yeah, it could be kind of cool. Like you obtain like a bit of it from each area, and then you unlock the whole map later on. So that would be pretty cool.
All right, and then another one was, what was it again? My bad.
Okay, map.
About
I
map
like that.
expansion and stuff like that. Would there be able to have an option when you like toggle the map UI, have like a notification that says when a boss is spawning in, so people can go to that area?
Notification
Mm.
relatively, but if there was a way to notify a player, it would be through a marker on the map, most likely.
Will there be a
Like
choice for vanity armor?
Like Vanity Armor, yeah, I already mentioned that. I feel like it should be a free thing and not through a rune.
Okay.
What?
If it is a thing though, we're not
Purposeless,
doing
but
it for
sure.
weapons, bro. Can't do that for weapons.
Weapons? No, it should never be for weapons.
Yeah,
It
it
should be
should
a free
never be
thing.
for weapons. What? Okay.
Bro, people keep asking, are we remodeling Astra Gauntlets like we didn't already
it's
fucking
been
think
it's
it?
been it's been remodeled. It's in the sneak peeks already.
It's actually making me so mad, bro.
It's okay. I read it like
Oh,
5 times.
the
Like,
cheese.
come on,
No,
bro.
the cheese
People are asking,
gauntlets.
will pairing ever stagger mobs?
They're talking about
Repeat
this.
that.
They're asking if
Oh,
like
parry
you parry a mob, can you at least like
on it.
you
Like
parry?
Sekiro, you mean?
Yeah.
Uh, um,
First,
mm,
for you,
it
Stagger
Daniel.
as in
depends.
what?
Like
Like
if you can like it depends though, cause like if you're staggering a
That's
big
cool though.
ass
That's cool though.
enemy with just parrying him for a few times, then that's kind of crazy. Cause the game is like parry based, so it would be a bit.
staggering like a humanoid bomb.
Yeah,
Possibly a big
I mess with that though.
boss like Elder Treant. No,
Someone's a little sleepy.
no, I just yawned.
Yeah, you know what that means? It means you're tired, buddy. Ah,
That's
shit, it's 1:45.
Whoever is joining this right now, just wait for the video because we have answered a
Do you
lot
know
of
the
questions
Eagle
that
Gray
you're
style is the
asking
next
already,
style to
like
come to
level
Blue
cap and
Lock? Yeah,
KD. Yeah,
I'm gonna stream that
Shameless
just like
plug.
when it comes out.
spamming that
I
shit.
didn't get to do Bara because
But yeah,
my
so I think if
because I woke up late, so I
Adele
just
has any
didn't
more
even
questions, I'm
bother.
pretty sure we answered
And I
most
wasn't
of them
feeling
already.
well anyway, so it's like
Yeah, I mean the rest of the questions were kind of
I
development
just let it go.
questions, and I'm not really sure if you guys want to answer some
Plus, it
controversial
was
ones.
pretty trash anyway, so I just didn't even
Okay.
bother.
Yeah.
I'm not going
The
for it.
answer, I'll just tell you.
This is just a question that people were asking. What happened to the 3 developers regarding the lack of content updates or for them to go on hiatus after the game release? They were asking if
Uh,
John was the head developer owner and communication issues about that.
I mean, yeah, they're all just in the behind the scenes now. They don't really interact now. It's just our job.
Okay. People were asking, are the people who got banned at the raid that led to the shutdown of the main server, are they gonna get unbanned? I know it's a stupid question, but they were just asking about that.
No comment.
I can answer that.
That's
So,
more for Google,
for
yeah.
any people that got banned during the raid or got banned in any circumstances, right? We have a support server that you guys can go to and attempt to appeal. Basically, you can just make a ticket, ask them or ask them why did I get banned, and then we'll give you the info. And if there isn't any info, or you got banned in other like circumstances, like the row cleaner, you're probably not gonna get banned, or you unbanned at least. So yeah, we have precautions, we have logs, we have everything we need. So just if you feel like you got banned for a reason, then apply or appeal.
There was one more question. They were asking if Assassin was ever gonna receive a general rework.
Doesn't need
It's
one.
not for me to answer. It's more of
Wait, what was that question again?
Will Assassin ever receive a rework?
Um, I mean, why does it need a rework? It's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking too.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I don't know why it would need a rework. Just because it doesn't do as much damage as like Ninja doesn't mean it needs a rework. It just used for different purposes.
Yeah. And
I mean,
then
I've been. Yeah.
yeah,
Let's
sorry.
go. Yeah, you can go on. Keep going.
I know it's gonna be another question. So,
All right.
um, will we ever be getting a job system like blacksmithing, cooking, fishing,
Good
or something
job.
where
Oh,
players
yes.
can level up for
Let
more
me answer
in-game
that.
content?
I I brought that
yeah.
up.
That
Having
was
professions. Okay, I got that
that
brought up.
was that was actually on my mind. I was thinking of having
Mhm.
cool professions, and essentially, I'm not fully sure what games are similar. Correct me if I'm wrong. I
I
think
can fill
Elden
you
Ring
in the
has something
info
similar.
later.
Essentially, you do more of this, and you basically get better at it. I feel like that's
No,
what I
yeah,
have in mind.
Elder Scrolls has that. Basically, you get
Yeah,
like
and you get
levels,
and you
Yeah.
get
and
rewarded from it.
Wait,
Yeah.
let me give you the
But that was on my mind. I feel like that would have been a good content update.
Yeah, it would be pretty cool.
here you go. I found it. Go into dev chat real quick.
All right.
oh, they can chat names.
For anyone asking what he's talking about, pretty
Yeah,
sure he
that's
put it
basically
into
what I have
here.
in mind.
Something like this,
Okay.
yeah.
For everybody
So
else,
for
just go
example,
look
like
in.
hold on. For example, it
Yeah.
wouldn't be exactly what you said, but
Put it
that
in
is
lore.
basically like
Oh no, desktop.
essentially like
Oh,
a
put it
job
at dev talk.
have
Something
a
like
max
this.
increase of like X to like a certain point, right? There'll be a max increase of X. The more you get, the more better you get at that job, like the more level you have, the more you go towards that max increase. So let's say if it's like like you said, miner, right? 30% mining like speed increase plus a better chance to gain like better materials and a better chance to gain more of that like said drop material. The more you progress, the more it progresses towards that. So if the max is like 30% more mining speed, if you're like level 50, it'll be half of that. So it'll be 15% more. So once you get level like 100, it'll be like 30%. That's what I had in mind.
That would be pretty cool. Yeah. Professions.
My brain was turned off that entire time, so I'm gonna be like, I was like,
Someone had
yeah,
another
sure,
good
man.
question. Hold on. Let me go look for it.
Yeah, sure, man. Totally.
Uh, are fairies gonna be reworked?
Uh,
Like how you can't use them. You can't use a fairy in a rideable tame.
I feel like there should be a different slot for fairies, but I'm not too sure about that. feel like you should be able to have a fairy and a pet at the same time, but that might be a bit too OP.
I mean, yeah.
Someone asked, will there be more endgame content added, or the current existing be reworked? Because all you have to, or all you do now is just farm bosses jobs or boss
Yeah,
jobs.
of course.
I had an idea for some in-game content that wasn't really PvP or PvE, just more like coolness. It would be like housing, like houses. Like in Elder Scrolls Online, there's like these houses in areas you can purchase the property, and then you can completely customize to whatever you like. So I was thinking we could do something like that in like each area of the map. There'd be some properties and shit.
Yeah,
Holy
there's
shit,
That would
guess
be
there's a
pretty
spell.
good
cool.
idea.
Yeah.
And
We
you'll
can
get
definitely make that.
robbed or some shit, bro.
Okay, listen,
So
listen. I don't know about that. That's too much. That's too much. That's too much.
yeah, like
They're saying hell no.
yeah,
Let's
Oh.
let's we already had a bad run-in with loot bags. Let's not start again.
yeah.
Oh,
Do you
That
guys
is
was
have
fishing
any?
pretty.
going to get reworked? Like the
What'd you say?
mechanic. Is the fishing mechanic going to get reworked?
I never
Yeah,
fully
we're
tried
actually
it. What
changing
is it?
it to type
What is it like?
fish.
Just too boring right now?
Yeah, just you gotta look in your screen and then click as soon as you see a fucking droplet.
Yeah,
It's not that.
I
It's
can
not
definitely,
interactive
I
enough.
can
So
definitely, it can definitely get done. It can
yeah,
definitely get changed.
Let's just copy fish and we'll call it
They're asking
Rune
for
fish.
dungeons. Are dungeons ever
Dungeons,
are on the roadmap?
it was
yeah, they
definitely planned,
are.
I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is.
And then
Do
they're
you guys
asking
have?
for raid type mechanics. Like I don't know, you guys ever played WoW or anything like that, but
Boss raid.
yeah,
Yeah, boss raid,
like the
yes.
mother spider type of deal.
That's
For
not even a
sure.
boss raid, but there is one this update.
Yeah.
He's about to say it.
Do you
We
guys have
gotta
any
keep it on the
plans
wrap.
for more support spells or better scaling for shields?
Oh God, no,
Uh, more
bro. Shields are
support
already
spells.
like extremely strong right now. Actually, unless we give the shield set HP in PVE and PvP, but I would. Not sure how that would work though, but I mean, it could be possible.
What about moving rune slots and runes across armors? Because a lot of times people just min
What?
max for one set of gear, and then you just get outclassed in the next update.
Um,
Who
I
cooked
mean,
this one? I don't know.
it's like,
every kind
isn't
of
that?
game though, isn't it?
Yeah, like
That's what happens when balance patches come out in any game.
there are yeah,
Gaming
like
meta.
an update comes out and then the old thing like someone asked in the chat what will happen to our level 40 gear, which is kind of a similar thing. Like you'll just get new things that are better than your level 40 gear. So
Okay.
since Tundra is the new place, there will be new gear there, there will be new drops, so you can farm for those. So that's the content.
I think they were asking, is there going to be a bestiary in the works, like information about drop
Yeah, I
Oh
rates,
saw I
yeah, I
saw that I saw
definitely, I
that
time
definitely
message.
heard
traps?
Yeah,
that. Yeah,
yeah,
I believe I wanted to add that. Yeah.
I don't know how to
that'll
spell
be really
that.
epic.
Bestiary. There it is.
I believe these are more so PvE like related things. Like, uh, would you consider like jobs PvE? I think it'd just be more on like
Drop
content.
is
Yeah, they're
I think
like
ass.
I think
professions.
it is a
It's just like in-game
game
material.
mechanic.
For
Yeah,
example, I'll send it to you later, Evil Blue. But there's I have a vision for a rework of the Adventure Guild, because basically the moment you hit past like level 30, 35, it becomes useless, and you never go back to A sharp for the Adventure Guild.
Yeah, I believe it can definitely get made relatively easily. It wouldn't take that much time, and it could definitely like contribute to later content.
Any chances that
yeah.
you guys make loot bag drops based on like joining a faction, or just not at all?
Yeah, we already talked about that. I don't want to
Discuss.
atomic me too much, but it's just a discussion. That's basically it right now.
Okay.
I have another one. People are
Please
asking
add loot bag.
for will like rep ever be like have an additional way to earn it? For example, having like a job board at your faction like
Yeah.
base and
That's what I
stuff
mean.
like that.
The job should definitely contribute to rep. There
Okay.
should definitely be different quests. I don't know if it's in the game right now, but I believe rep is only like through killing enemy factions, right?
Yeah, yeah, it is.
Yeah, so jobs and all that, essentially like quests, it should definitely all increase towards like
Awful take as always.
it shouldn't just
Get
be
a
PvP,
load.
as there is PvP content getting added to the game, and I don't think like your faction rep should
I'm
just
hating though. I'm hating though.
purely be PvP.
Make the game worse for everyone,
There should be faction
please.
quests
Please
as
make
well
the game worse for everyone. I beg of
instead of
you.
just getting
more
lore.
lore based, but in terms of the main storyline, wise, like for example, the Seven Dragons, how much content are we currently at right now? Is there any way you could provide a percentage about that information?
There's no way to really provide a percentage
Very
on content.
low. Probably
Every
very low.
every dev is working on different things to get everything done quicker. Like some people are focusing on recoding, some people are focusing on like the mobs, some people are focusing on like the weapons. So
I don't think it's even
yeah,
that. I believe it was mainly like, oh hey, like how much like of the future content do you guys have like planned and done?
Oh man.
You can't really
yeah, like
Oh, no,
you
put
can't
a
Lord.
really
percentage on that.
Nothing but
you
straight
can't really
mid.
It's
say a
like
percentage.
Just
it's
straight
like
yap going on
basically
right
trying to
now. I'm not
calculate the
gonna lie,
percentage of
but
like infinity. It just doesn't exist. It's not possible.
Well, for all you lore gooners, it got retconned into 8 dragons now. There's one more,
That's pretty cool.
if
Um,
anyone
they're
cares.
asking they're asking if there is ever gonna be a new way to like trade, sell, or negotiate stuff like your items instead of just like the
Haha.
Discord server and
Yeah, I was actually hoping somebody asked us. An auction house is in plan and it's already been like in the works.
Yeah,
Dale. All right, and then the next one I brought it up today. I put it in the polls. It was uh, are there alternative ways to like travel? I guess
The
like
fast
like
travel.
waypoints for like towns stuff like that.
they said they was
I
adding
know a
that,
lot of
right?
people wanted that. I believe relatively I wanted to add it, but at the same time I
Oh
wanted to
no, it
increase
was tucked in
progress on
pause.
fast
Never
travel
mind
traveling.
this one.
So in my head it was like you can fast travel but to relative areas like closer to you. Because I don't want you fast traveling like across the map.
maybe like the nearby town, but you cannot just skip all of those towns and go to the end.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What about like possibly a new spell like a portal that you can summon for your party to head back to Wayshire?
What?
Uh, that definitely could be added, but it would definitely have to be like higher rarity, like a pretty decent
Okay.
one.
That pissed me off. Listening to this pissed me off.
This is completely off topic,
I'm
but
not gonna lie,
they're
listening to
asking if
this pissed
is
me
the
off.
boss deleter build gonna be nerfed. So
Boss the leader build.
okay, let
I
me
don't know what
explain. Let
that
me
is,
explain.
but it's getting
Let me
nerfed. No, it's getting
explain.
nerfed. No, 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 no. Boss the leader build. That's all I gotta hear, bro. It's getting nerfed.
There's
I
no
want to do
explaining
galaxy,
that,
bro,
bro.
but hey, bro, it might be my first change. Like, this
Hey
sounds staying in the
man.
game. Boss the leader build. No.
Yo, can we
No.
tame amphitheaters? Some
No.
common
Uh,
feature or something?
There
yeah,
is
I
no
believe some mobs
explanation
might be able to
to
get tamed again, or
Okay.
might be able
yeah,
to get
they're
tamed.
There will be
Well,
new
there.
things in
y'all
the
are getting
game as
packed
well.
up,
So
bro.
Okay.
Yeah,
Will
No
there
more
be
people are
30-10,
rerolling
getting tamed
for
bro.
a lot.
Give it up. GG.
thanks?
No
Will there
more
be like
30-10.
rerolling for class awakenings like sharpshooter?
Wasn't this last thing
Traveler
ask already?
Yeah,
practice on fire.
we already talked about
Yeah, I
yeah,
that.
we
said
So
like
already.
more like specific with that.
All right, we're asking the same questions over and over.
GG's, bro. Put the fries in the
Except we
bag.
got
as
It's
we're
one right.
over.
done, I do gotta get off for now. So it was good talking with you guys. I hope everybody got their answers, their questions answered. I will have this video up probably tonight. So for anybody that didn't get to watch it, we'll be able to watch it. And but yeah, if you guys have any other questions, stuff like that, you guys can always ask us in the general chat or something.
Before everybody leaves, I'll bring up like 10-ish people. I don't know if anybody wants to bring up, but I'll bring them up to
Okay.
like answer questions that they still have like
Yeah,
We
curiosity about.
stayed up
same.
till 2 a.m. for this.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'll
you
bring
guys
up a few people as
have
well.
fun. Good luck. And if you guys need anything, let me know.
Me,
All right.
please. Me, please.
Yeah, I'm going to. But first, how do I bring up my good pal Icy?
Just tell him to ping you in chat or some shit.
First person to ping me in chat gets brought up.
Brother, what?
GG.
I lied.
Nice.
Don't do it. Don't do it, Rafe. No.
Bro, what do you
Alright,
mean?
Why
I'll
would
bring
you?
it up.
Why
I'll bring
would
it
you
up.
say
I'll
that
bring it
and
up. I'll
say
bring it up.
don't do it now? Are you stupid?
Oh,
Yeah,
but
I'll bring up a few people as well.
Yeah, hold on, one at a time now.
But
Yo,
one at
so
a time, guys.
Yeah, one at a time.
Are you stupid?
wait, why would you let them speak? No, why'd you let them invite? Why'd you?
Serious. Why do
Please
you guys
bring
invite
me
me?
up. Please
Wait,
bring
what did
me
you
up.
do?
Please bring me
No,
up.
disable requests, bro.
Hand
No,
up, Icy.
don't disable
Wait,
requests.
Bro, you
No.
Ragusa.
trying to
Oh
look at
no.
Ragusa or what?
No,
Wait,
this
what
is
do you
fake.
mean Ragusa?
No, this is a fake, bro. No, this is a
Yo,
fake, bro.
Pack God, what the hell?
Pack
Pack
God.
like Packers.
Pack God.
Wait, hold on, wait. No, I see somebody in the chat that I know. No, you evil demon.
Pack
Yo,
God, humble
okay.
him. Pack God, humble
Yo,
him.
what's up?
I don't think. Oh no, my mic does work now. Cool. What's up?
Yeah, it works. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
What
no, I had to
question
like.
do you have?
I don't know. I'm just a mod.
Oh
Oh,
my
okay,
gosh, bro.
Bro,
Get him down. Get him
Put me
down.
back down if you want. I just
Alright,
can't.
No, it's cool, it's cool.
Get him down.
I was waiting for you to tell
Now.
me you had a question or some shit.
Yeah, can I
Alright,
ask a question? I had a question for the community.
Samuel had a question, yeah. Yeah, go on.
I had a lot of people DMing me and asking me about like the final wave slot compensation. Do you have any info about that?
I mean, I'm pretty sure tickets are made. People were like logged. It'll probably be like if people weren't restored. It'll probably mostly get restored by the time that thing comes out.
Type.
Yeah, the other question you sent me in DMs, right? The clarification thing. You can ask that as well.
Oh yeah. If we like change the drop rates, could we remove 2x rates because it's just unhealthy for the game as a whole?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but it's relatively the only way people like stay happy when things happen. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, just every weekend is like it just incentivizes people to only really play on the weekends. If it was like update week and stuff, it would be a lot healthier.
I mean, yeah, no, when updates come out, I believe it should be a thing.
Yeah, I don't mean to remove it as a whole, just like every weekend's kind of crazy.
I'll bring up someone. How do I bring them up? Invite to
Just
speak.
invite them to speak
Okay,
and they
there
have to
we go.
join.
There we go. All right.
Yo, what's good?
Yeah, what's up? What's up?
All right, so I did want to kind of ask if you guys are gonna do anything with like boats or anything.
Boats.
Yeah, that
Boats?
is
Like have some like like
Yeah.
a sea update.
Ain't this a content
yeah,
creator?
that's
Yeah, it is.
somewhere in the upcoming like month-ish.
If
I'll
you're,
say.
yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
this
So,
dude right here, I
Okay, I
always
also wanted
hear,
to ask,
I always watch
with
this
like
video.
the topic of like duping problems.
I'll
did
be
you guys
like,
put in,
bro,
item IDs at all?
just
So
give
then,
up the
like, there
game,
can't
bro.
be
It's
dupes
over,
with
bro.
one item,
Respectfully,
like the
game is
stories
over.
It's
people-
always been a thing, but it was done in a weird way originally.
Oh, okay. I was just curious about that. I wasn't really sure
What
what was done,
it-
but I was wondering if there wasn't any item IDs.
Oh, it's a hacker. I'm like, bro,
And
what even is
I totally
this?
agree with what Samuel said about the time
Wait,
seed drops.
wait.
I think that should be gone. Like, I think like a good
Yeah, the
suggestion
game's
may be to
economy
like
is already fried.
Yeah, the
but
game's economy is
it
cooked.
won't be. I
So.
don't believe it'll be hard to repair it, but it will take some time. There are methods to speed it up, but it will take time.
yeah, I think like 10% drops on weekends would be kind of valid because there's not really a reason to play during the week if like if you grind like twice the amount of drops on weekends, you don't really have an incline to play during the week if you have like school or work or something.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people were talking about like the player count dropping, but I feel like that was a major reason for it, along with some of the glitches with hackers and all that. One of the other things I was gonna ask was, you guys didn't like fully expand on it earlier about like when the level cap does increase, like if there's new abilities or not. Like I feel like it kind of got like swept past. So I wanted to ask about that.
Wait, repeat that, like last part.
So like when there's new like the new level cap, will there be new abilities in between level 40 and 50? Like if you go like raw 50 in
Yeah, I
one
believe
class,
that was
like,
already said. Like there will be new abilities for those.
okay, sorry, earlier I thought it wasn't answered. I might be wrong though.
No, you're good.
Everyone's just asking release date.
Release date.
See, you
That's
don't put
like
release
Yeah,
dates
thing
on
with-
there.
That's
the
never
thing with the
happening, bro.
release dates
That's
Too much
never
community
happening, bro.
pressure.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
like
know.
we won't be able to work properly because like if you give a date, and for example, let's say I'm just I have to, I cannot, my computer broke, so I cannot work, so that's delayed now, and the date is gonna just eat everyone up in the team. So release date's
Hey,
already
listen,
scary.
release date is the minute after never, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's valid. If you guys give the people a release date, there's just gonna be like crazy riots if it's not done on time.
Too much,
Yeah,
bro.
we have a roadmap in our head of when we plan to drop, but we just don't wanna say it because it's just
Hmm.
too much pressure. It's just too much pressure, you know.
Is there a chance
It's
that
about
like I don't know exactly how long you guys are planning on leaving the game down, but is there a chance that the game would reopen before the Tundra update, or is it all gonna happen at once for sure?
Most likely
game
all at
will drop
once.
it. Yeah, it'll drop it Tundra.
I
Hey,
got a
I
question
mean,
really quick.
y'all got it.
Will common races like have evolutions? I've been seeing that a lot.
Repeat that one more time. Sorry, somebody messaged me.
Will common races have like evolutions, or like will they get more love in the future?
I mean, right now it's not planned because it's a really minuscule thing. It's not like really important, but yeah, we can definitely be done in the future.
Okay.
All right,
That's all I had.
let me bring someone else up that has a question. There you go.
Soren, it's also a
Yo, what's up?
content creator. Oh my gosh, bro.
I do got a couple questions
Kill
for
me.
the developers. So will legendary weapons get scaled with the game? Because I feel like y'all do
I
a lot of
can't ping
updates where
them.
y'all add a bunch
GG.
of
And now I'm
legendary
on
weapons,
2 minute
and
cooldown.
if y'all increase level
Fried.
caps, of course those weapons kind of get
Oh
outdated.
wait, maybe I'm
And
not.
I think that at least legendary weapons should have a way to
Nope.
scale with
Yeah, I
the
am.
current level or the current level of the
Hilarious.
game. So I'm just trying to see your thoughts on that.
Well played. Well played.
I had
So
a
like, is Ragnarok gonna just be trash as soon as y'all raise the level cap? There's gonna be no way to, make that weapon good. Something similar to Deep Woken where they have like pluripotent alloy where you can kind of upgrade the weapon to make it good.
oh, I think I mean Daniel can answer that better than me, but I think that's doable. Not
Repeat that one more time.
Mainly just saying that like legendary weapons still
Oh,
being able to
legendary
be
weapon
used.
scaling.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
he said the
mainly
Deep Woken
with the.
thing. You know, Deep
It's
Woken has like a
partially with
thing.
like the game meta, but yeah, no scaling for the weapons. I believe if it's not in the game already and whatnot for different like values, it should be should be there.
No, I'm saying like more on the stat wise. Like if
That wise.
yeah, if
And
y'all drop
you being able to upgrade it, is that what you
I
mean? Like you
mean,
being
no,
able?
like y'all hit level okay,
all right. For
level
example,
50 becomes a thing in the game, and now all the legendary
if
40 weapons y'all added.
stat wise is not really an issue, there is like dismantling and like dismantling like legendary weapons like in the process of like dots.
Okay, because I see that y'all do like adding legendary weapons, so I think that those weapons should be able to be usable, definitely for PvP things to give more variety in the game.
Is the
Then
rope
I
bug
had
fixed?
another question about: are y'all gonna make guilds relevant, or is it just gonna be something where it's like, hey, you just invite your friends and that's that?
No, I had plans for guilds. Like when I first joined the game, that was like one of my first ideas for it.
Okay. And then my final question is PvE balancing. Are y'all gonna do something for the game where it's like certain classes kind of you can actually use them because like I was talking about Knight earlier, um some classes and PvE senses just they don't work. That's why everybody use like archers and mages to get credit. I think there should definitely be some balancing between like the classes while fighting bosses. So for example, like Knight, if you use Iron Will, you can get credit for taking damage for your team.
We do have a damage mitigation like system.
So would you
That
get
was
credit if you use
credit for
like
what?
Iron Will as a tank?
Yeah.
That's in the game?
Not right now, but it was
Okay.
planned. We already have certain things for like, for example, taking war like damage as warrior knight. It'll give you contribution.
Okay. And yeah, that's all of my questions. I ain't trying to hold y'all for too long. Thank
Yeah,
y'all for
bro.
letting
Thanks
me up.
for. Yeah, no worries, bro. Got it.
All right.
I liked your idea as well. He had a cool idea. I sent in the dev server. There's someone else. How many more you want to do? Do
Do
you
if you
want me to
want.
add? Okay, but
Yo, I just
Like
want to
what?
say thank you for letting me on the stage. By the way, appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
My
yeah,
bad if any other questions weren't really good. Yeah, I kind of just compiled it from what
They're
people
pretty
were
fun.
asking about.
no worries, bro. The questions are good.
Alright, nice meeting you guys.
I invited one more guy.
Adele
Hello.
pissing me off.
Yo, what's up?
Tell
Yo,
me,
what's up?
gang.
All right.
Tell me,
So,
gang.
one of my biggest questions. This might have been answered earlier because I wasn't here the whole time. But I was wondering if y'all were gonna like continue the
Also,
storyline with
content
the
creator.
guy that was inside the Adventure Guild in Wayshire. Because I thought it was pretty cool how the guy
Right?
was
They
like,
only bringing up
"Oh,
YouTubers,
I gotta
bro,
go find where the
for
Goblin King is at,"
content creator
and
roles.
like it kind of just like got cut off when we got to Ashenshire. And I was wondering if y'all were gonna continue that.
So like
Also,
more
he
like
died. Yeah,
story
I
kind
was
of
gonna say.
related to
Yeah, like story
the
like quests
bosses and
kind of
stuff.
related.
There is like story, like like a big ass quest line that has been added. If you mean every single boss, then I'm not really sure about that, but there is ideas. Like there is a quest line, so that would increase more. That would definitely increase a lot more immersion when it comes to the bosses and stuff.
Okay, okay. Another question. I was wondering if y'all were gonna like, um, so with how like the spell gacha works currently, like you just spend a certain amount of money, and if you're like low level, you can get lucky and get a broken spell. I was wondering if you guys were gonna like add like a spell crafting system or like a way to have like proper spell progression, because some of them are just like bad and not worth using.
I
And I was
feel
wondering
like
if
you
y'all were gonna
could
do that.
add like modifiers or amplifiers to different spells essentially to change how they function, which is not even a bad idea. I mean, I believe yeah, Deepoken has something like that.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
it does.
Another question. Do y'all have any like plans for priest getting more subclasses anytime soon?
Mm, repeat that one more time.
Like, is there any plans
I
for
don't have
priests
anything
getting more
down for that, right?
subclasses? Because there's only one right
Oh
now.
yeah,
No
they
comment.
said
I
it was
wouldn't know that.
considered.
Okay. Um, my last question was, is there like a plan for there to be like more like how do I explain this? So how there's like spell scrolls, will there
I
be
didn't
like
ask questions
guilds
related
that
to
use
what they were
focus that
saying,
are
but
on
it
scrolls?
was stated in the beginning of the stage, just they weren't
Mm,
heard.
I
But I
couldn't
tried
tell you,
covering as
but
much
it
as
could
I
definitely
could.
come in the future. Yeah.
All right, all right.
Oh well.
Yeah, that's all my questions.
I
Thank you for
seen
letting me speak.
someone say that will you guys remodel the enemies? The thing with the I really like the Runeser's style of the models for enemies, like the blocky
Yeah.
style. We are going to be keeping that, but like for texturing wise, there will be some improvements on that in terms of like textures. But the model itself, the mesh, will be the same. I don't want to change that because that's unique. So I want to keep it.
Yeah, the style is
Yeah,
really good. I just thought
yeah.
of one more question. Do you guys, so you guys are talking about how there's gonna be like you guys are thinking about adding housing. Will there be like a guild-based system added at some point?
Housing was just an idea that he gave. It's something that is too expansive, or well, too much thinking into that. It'll
Hmm.
delay a lot. So
True.
what do you meant guild expansion? What was
No,
the question?
like so instead of having like a personal house, you can build a guild base with your guild in like a
uh
location.
that's related to guilds.
They
I
say
mean,
anything
there are
about
plans for
damage
guilds.
meter.
I'm not sure about guild bases, but there are plans. So guilds are more useful and not just like cosmetic that you make with your friends. So yeah.
Okay, okay. Yeah, that's all my questions. Thank you for letting me speak.
All right, thanks, bro.
All right.
All right, I'll bring one more person up, and probably someone that's not a YouTuber. Let's see. Just don't say a slur, man. Uh,
It's all you, bro.
yeah, I'm trying to find someone worthy to be up here, bro. I don't want them to say a slur. That would be crazy.
That would be
Yeah,
crazy.
Alright, there we go.
bring that up. All
Oh,
right.
you got it.
Is it me? Is it
When you
me?
say
got it.
M1, I won't say a slur. I don't trust you, bro.
I'll bring. Wait, what?
Bring like a slime up. They did talk a lot in the server, so they definitely ain't just gonna throw that all away for a slur.
Yes.
Bring like
I'll
a pretty guy
Yes.
up.
slime,
Bring
then
me
I'll
up.
bring another person.
I'll bring a
Jeez.
yeah. Okay, yeah, but perfect.
Yes. Bring
Yo,
me
what's
up.
up?
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah, you guys have any questions?
No.
Yeah, I have a few
you can go.
questions. I'll let
You can
Viral
go.
go first. Oh,
Alright.
okay.
Alright.
Yeah, you got it.
Alright. So
But
my first question was you know weapons, right? Like are they gonna get different crits? Because you know some
Yeah.
weapons have like sword weapons, they have like the same crits and like, you know, it gives variety to the game. Use different crits.
I think legendaries,
Are
for
you talking about like
example,
whatever
like
Deep has?
yeah, like
i-
weapons
i-
in general. Like let's say you know the dire bear sword, you know how it has a unique crit, and like the Viridian has a unique crit. Like just weapons in general having unique crits instead of, you know, the basic same crit for all
Oh,
weapons.
more weapons with more unique crits.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could definitely happen.
yeah,
Some
like
old weapons could
legendaries,
definitely get
like the
reworked,
yeah, and like
just like any game does it.
newer weapons could also have that.
And also another question I wanted to ask was like you know how you guys said you're gonna increase the level cap to level 50, right? Are you guys gonna add like subclass? I mean like let's say you put investments into warrior and then like you put into priest, like you have like a skill you have to a skill you can get by putting let's say 25 points into warrior or like 25 points into
He's
priest.
saying
Like
hybrid skills.
like
At
that or
that point,
something.
just say hybrid skills, bro.
I mean, that's just dependent on one of the content updates, but I
Mm,
think it's really focused right now.
yeah. Also, I saw someone asked, like, they asked about the necromancer class in chat right now. If that's even being worked on.
Necro.
I want to see a Church Knight
That's
Necro multi-class coming into
can't I
Rune
can't
Slayer.
say.
I'm
I
scared,
can't
bro.
say.
And yeah, that's all my questions were really.
But
All right.
All right, so
take
yeah,
care,
I
bro.
just have a couple like just quality of life suggestions or just questions in general. Like one of the things I wanted to know is temperature meter. Like when you're in volcano, and you know obviously the tundra's coming up, and it's kind of just a guessing game because you know your screen's changing color with your
I see where you're heading
environment.
with
Like in
this.
volcano, it's kind of hard to tell because you know the side of your screen is red, but like everything around you is also red. So it's like I don't know what or
Yeah, I
how
see
much
what you're
time
doing
I
with
got
this.
left. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So is that like something you guys can consider working on, or is that like a possibility?
Yeah, I can get made. It's relatively simple.
Okay, okay.
There's
And
another. I seen
go
a
on.
question someone asked about mobile. Daniel can answer that
Yeah,
in a sec.
mobile and like proper console
Yeah,
support is already planned. Mobile's most
yeah,
likely gonna come
it's
first, and then console after. If not, both can probably drop.
Right.
yeah.
Okay. And another thing, obviously the game got closed down for exploiting and like stuff like that. If there's going to be a data rollback, could you tell me if there's going to be one in the first place, and if how long it's going to be rolled back for? Like how much are people going to be losing?
I'm not sure if there's gonna be a data rollback. I don't believe anything crazy happened.
People are just
What?
duping, so the dupers and
What?
like
Yeah, you got like
Unfortunately,
item logs and
if
stuff. You can keep track of
people,
that.
even if we had item logs, it's too much. Way
Right.
too much.
Yeah, it's a lot of people. I don't
the
But
expect
main
you guys
things.
to
unfortunately,
keep
The
up with that.
one thing I will say is each like item has a unique ID, right? The way that the current unique IDs like function in the game, the system that detects it doesn't really work well. When the game drops again, if you have two of the same unique IDs, one of the items will most likely wipe.
Right.
And if you join a server with somebody with the same unique ID as you, you will most likely lose your item.
Okay. Okay. And this
like
is more of a, I'll go on.
a lot of people duped like gold coins, like having like insane amounts of gold coins. For
Yeah.
that,
Yeah,
gold coins would
currency.
just get capped at like 1,000, let's say. So
Yeah. All right.
they have
Speaking of
more.
that,
Bro,
speaking of that, is there going to be a plan
who
for
has
currency being put into the
1,000?
bank? Like,
Who?
could there be like
I
a
need
currency
to
for the
know.
bank instead
Yeah,
of just
yeah.
items?
That was that
Because
little
like
mini like quality of
sometimes,
life I wanted to add.
Yeah, sometimes when
Who
I find a
has
slot
who
and
has
go to a
only
different
a
one
that?
for like a different reason,
Who
I have
simply
to
has
like grind
1,000,
on that
bro?
slot to buy something for like guild shop. It's kind of annoying.
Honestly,
I
maybe.
just wanted to
Now that I think
ask about
about it,
that
maybe
too.
you could stack up
And I also had an
enough to
idea
get
for
1,000.
faction content. I don't know how
But
much
there's
for
no
you guys
way
is
somebody
a
actually
priority.
got
You know, obviously fixing
over
faction
like
and stuff comes
2,000
first, but
legitimately.
What's up?
obviously
I
people
refuse to
don't
believe
like
so.
forced PvP in a PvE game, and I had an idea,
Yeah,
kind of
I've
like
In
made
no
to
world.
merge both of those
faction
things
rep.
with minimal consequence. Go on.
You talking about like faction rep and whatnot?
Oh yeah, but it was also gonna be like a kind of like a mini game mode. But I just wanted
Oh,
to
really? Okay.
run that by you guys. I don't know if you've either played this game called For Honor on Steam. I know this is gonna make some people kind of upset. But
I haven't played it
it's
personally,
just
but
by name alone.
I've made things related towards it, and I've seen plenty of people play it. Yeah.
Okay, but I just wanted to put this as a reference point, not trying to like integrate anything.
Oh
But
god, not
this would be
For
a
Honor.
PvE and PvP type game mode. Maybe it'd be like once an hour you get a prompt on your screen. You could teleport to an area with your guild or your faction. I mean, and you would try to either defeat a lore character for the opposite faction for faction-based rewards, or faction points, or just something in general that would help progress your character, because obviously
Yeah,
there's
I
not a lot
talked
of
about like
PvE content for
relatively like
faction.
before.
Yeah.
I talked about like jobs, different ways you can contribute more to faction rep and factions in general. That also ties into that. So yeah.
Okay. And another thing I wanted to ask was, some people were saying for that new screenshot, obviously it was a katana. They're asking if there was some kind of subclass for like a samurai. I know you
Oh.
guys can't say if it's like a
Oh
common
god.
thing. I honestly
That's like the
wasn't really
third time that's
paying
been
attention to
asked.
too many things, because as soon as I got put up here, there's a lot of questions, and I'm just trying to help people out. Most of this stuff was YouTubers, and I'm just trying to answer questions for people in general, not just they had questions for
That's
themselves wrote
respectful.
down, so they came up here.
I believe it's a samurai class. I can't talk, but it's a samurai class. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
The
And
thing in the
some
teaser is
Mmm.
samurai, and katana is the weapon that I'm holding. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's basically it.
Okay. And just some other bug fixes and other concerns I had.
Samurai
I've
class
been asking you
confirmed.
this for quite a long time, and that's kind of the reason why I'm a slime, because I keep mentioning this. The new one of the new weapons you get from the Lich, the tile. I don't know if this was an intended feature or not, but I was able to use the passive shield training. I don't know if that's something you guys intended. I was just
It needs
wondering if that was
to.
gonna come back, or if
Yeah,
that was intended or not, because I didn't want to make a whole build or have a whole build planned out for it not to work in the future. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So is that gonna be something that they could use, like the shield and the tile, or is that meant to be a two-handed weapon?
That wouldn't be a question for me to answer. I can't lie.
Okay. All right.
that needs a
And
rework somewhat, but yeah, that's about it,
Oh,
bro.
somebody told me
Looking.
shield and tile. No.
Yeah,
yeah, shield and tile.
yeah, nah.
All right. All right. I think that's just about all I had to say. Really, it's just
Nah,
minor
alright.
balance changes and just quality of life stuff.
Nice talking, bro. Have a
All
good
right.
night.
All right.
See you,
Thank
bro.
you guys. Have a good one.
All right, I had a few questions that I just read, which was will you add levels up to 100? Uh, yeah, there will be more content. I cannot say a specific number, but there will be more content, so level will increase more. 60. I mean, like 50 isn't the max. Uh, it's just the thing we're increasing it to. And then someone asked, will there be new factions to join other than Holy and Demon Sect? That was also in talks, like a sort of faction that isn't focused on like PvPing the other faction, but it's more so just PvE focused. So like the quests you do and everything you do would be more so like tied with PvE instead of like PvP stuff. So that was a talk. I'm Indian, bro. The fuck you want from me? The fuck, bro? Why you guys trying to? He's trying to ask nationality, bro. It does not matter in RuneSlayer. Yeah, bro. I'm about a scam. I'm a tech scammer. What's up? I
What?
The other question was,
So
will you add the 7 dragons in lore and future updates? There are dragons, yeah. So they will be used. They will be used.
Do you
Good
even
job.
look here, lock in? I do
I
look
think that's
here,
about it.
goofball. Look at you.
We answered a lot of questions. We can possibly do more
Yeah.
of these, but we
Yeah.
respect to be a constant thing because we need to also
I
work on
do
the
look
game.
at my chat, goofball.
So, alright, man.
Give me a second,
How
man.
the hell do I close?
Nah.
No, don't close it.
Hey,
No.
now
I appreciate y'all. It's been nice, but
appreciate all of you guys.
we
Have
got
a
work
good
to do.
night. Yeah,
Y'all have
we
a
gotta
great night,
lock
though.
in.
Have a great night, great
Yeah.
morning, wherever you guys are. Amen. See you.
Hey, bro, can
Oh yeah, fried. GG. Well, it's over, bro. It's over, bro. It's over, bro. GG. Anyway, did they say anything about Evos? From what I know, no. No. Sorry, why did you not make any Rune Slayer videos? Because the game was trash at the time. But yeah, it's over, bro. Shoot, I was recording the entire thing, so I didn't miss an entire beat. They said it was in the works. Yeah, they said there was none of that. They brushed over it. They said it was in the works, and that was it. They said there was plans for it. Huh. Yeah. No free to play rerolls, guys. GG's. Tough luck, guys. Tough luck. Tough luck. Samurai Katana might scale off of agility. Honestly, I do think it'll scale off of agility. That's actually a good point. I actually think it'll scale off of agility, likely. And I think that is it. So I'm just gonna delete this here because those were both streams. I want to see what this dude's doing. He already ended it. Oh, this was a long time ago. I'm sitting here like, wait, hold on. Is he also streaming this? But nah, crazy. I think that's it, but they said that they brushed over it apparently, so. Will there be a data rollback? No. Did I put that down? I don't think I did. Okay, well, in that case. I'm gonna just put that down as likely not happening instead of just straight up no. What is this? Let me see. Yeah, I keep forgetting about this, bro. Like, you can literally get one shot from this. It is actually crazy. Holy. Proper punishment for missing one parry. Proper punishment. Yo, is there gonna be a way to see your notepad? Like, can I copy it and read it? If they don't prevent me from pasting it in the info server, I'll likely put it in there. There was something that I was supposed to put here, but I low-key forgot. But I guess I can go back into the stream and find it. There was something that I was. My voice is loud.
After you make your character, I believe, yeah, I was gonna do this. I already did like barber shit, just wasn't put into the game. It was meant to get put into the game, but it wasn't due to us having to close it. So yeah, all that stuff will be coming out.
Okay. And since you mentioned that the level cap was going to increase, will there be further evolutions to move? So, for example, like for each class, you get an evolution at level 10 pretty much, and it's not really included in some classes. So, for example, like Power Shot evolves into Triple Shot, Multi Shot, and then like Battle Auras.
Yeah, most likely. For older moves, currently, I wouldn't say as much, but for newer moves, most likely, possibly, yeah.
Okay.
Wait. What did he say here?
Multi Shot, and then like Battle Auras.
Yeah, most likely. For older moves, currently, I wouldn't say as much.
Oh, move evolutions. Yeah. Okay. Did I already put that down? Where was I at this point? 17. So it probably goes like right here. Can you see staff general? I am not staff. I am a content creator. In the info server, anyway. Content creator, contributor. But I'll paste what I have already. And I'll see if I can put it in a channel. I don't know what channel I can put it in, though. Because it can't go in at info. I'm a contributor, so... There was an info channel for contributor. I forgot what it was, though. Was it... Not one of these. Looking forward, nah. I guess there wasn't a channel. Guess I'm tripping, guys. I don't know. I could have sworn there was a channel for only contributors, but eh. There was 2 info channels, but they removed it. Lame as hell. But anyway, it's cool though. Yeah, I typed out way too much. There's no way I can paste all of this in, but let me see. I'll do like... And then from auction house planned. There you go. No Hellpiercer and Viridian. I have no idea what this dude is talking about, but keep it pushing though. Where was I? Right, there was something I was gonna add to the thing. Right. Was it this one? Yeah.
Much, but for newer moves, most likely, possibly, yeah.
Right, they said that they was gonna add more move evolutions.
included in some classes. So, for example, like power shot evolves into triple move. So, for example, like that the level cap was going to increase. Will there be further evolutions to move? So, for example, like for each class, you get an evolution at level 10 pretty much, and it's not really included in some classes. So, for example, like power shot evolves into triple shot, multi shot, and then like battle auras.
Yeah, most likely. For older moves, currently, I wouldn't say as much, but for newer moves, most likely, possibly, yeah.
Okay. Will you guys ever allow being able to dual wield different weapon classes? Like a medium sword with a dagger, or a sword, dagger, fist if it gets added?
I would have to say no as of right now because I feel like that'd be way too much of a balancing issue.
Okay. Will there be faction events, like how Top
Yeah.
Soul?
I think. Now I'm gonna go back.
Like different ways to spawn said bosses. So,
Okay.
I mean, it could be planned in the future, most likely. Throw an idea along with fixing it as like different ways to spawn said bosses.
They said that they was gonna add new ways to spawn bosses.
Nations before, like as I believe bosses.
Will bosses ever spawn by forming a party or a ritual or some type of relation with the environment in general of the map?
I'm guessing this question was supposed to be about what's it called? You know how Deep Woken has like the bell in the depths to make it like into hard mode. I think he was talking about something like this, but I don't think it'll be the same thing that they're talking about. Like, not very likely that they're talking about the same thing. Seraphim likely isn't going to get changed, although it's a 1% class having it with a single move that insta breaks any boss is kind of fair. Yeah. Bunny, anyways, any Beast Tamer buffs. I did have something under Beast Tamer. It was likely something about how the new area will have new stuff for Beast Tamers guaranteed. So, yeah, I would say Beast Tamer should be getting a decent buff, technically. Under technicality, yes, you will be getting something. So, the update will be good for you. That's what I will say.
I believe I had a few of those like recommendations before, like as I believe.
Where was I again? Yeah.
Relation with the environment in general of the map?
I believe I had a few of those like recommendations before, like as I believe bosses or for something like the Elder Train was essentially bugged, but they wanted to like throw an idea along with fixing it as like different ways to spawn said bosses. So
Okay.
I mean, it could be planned in the future, most likely.
All right. How many new mobs or drops are getting added into this game with the update roughly?
There's a lot.
No comment. I mean, there's a lot, but like no comment on the
Yeah.
exact amount.
Okay. This was a question that people were asking quite a bit. Will there be a better way to obtain gold ores easier? For example, getting a gold ore by completing quests or finishing a story, perhaps?
I'm not too sure how hard it is right now. Like
It's
I think that's good. Did I forget something? No, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure that's all. The only thing that's left that I might not have confronted was maybe stuff that they said after. So I guess I could check from Elder Evil Forge from. Let me think. So from Josh, Evil Forge, maybe like who else would be talking usually, like Zugal, and from who's the modeler again? How could I forget? Ammon, right? A models. All right. Was the stage with the does a good idea? A lot of them back down and they don't do stuff like that. Blah blah blah. Even if I knew I'm not allowed to tell you, well, I knew. But it seems that they said that Seraphine doesn't have any. But don't. So that's from Josh. Why can't the message reload it? Oh my gosh, bro. That's cool. Define free to play for me. Let's see. There was a small thing earlier I came across where people in Upside Down or other Upside Down Land or other areas can't reroll because it's considered gambling. I'm not entirely sure if we're gonna do anything for them, but if we do, I'll keep you posted. Did they mention changing how the faction gear looks? I do not recall anything about that. I think the only thing I put down for faction was like, yeah, rep, events being added, and more ways to contribute. Yeah. I don't recall hearing anything about that. They said that I already put it down. Oops. Okay. Pretty sure they said something about being able to get rep with something PvE related or something related to that. Yeah, they did say they was going to add more methods of contribution to factions. A tank class would be striker or warrior. Right, so technically it's already in the game. I mean, I guess knight exists, so yeah, I guess you could say that. Though for PvE, it's not very good because you can't really get credit with it. But past that, I mean, Striker probably wouldn't be a tank. It has the most health in the game. It's pretty tanky, I'd argue. But they seem to be doing like more stuff. Let's see. Tell you on stage, blah blah blah. You give me a peak idea. But they already have a contribution thing for healers. I guess maybe it'll get another buff, you know, the 15th buff that still hasn't done anything to it, but it's cool though, I guess. Sure. I don't know. Maybe he has something different in mind. I didn't even know they were getting one, to be honest. I'm working on something else right now. Doesn't seem like I can see the message. Well, Backsmith's get a rework because right now they only have one purpose. May only have one purpose, but it's the Glorian one. But he can't discuss any new plans, yeah. Usually when they say they can't discuss anything new, it usually means that there's something going to happen to them. You can go 10 Warrior, 30 Striker, but you miss out on Rampage, yeah. Ten Warrior, 30 Striker is pretty decent, though. Are you guys gonna have the ability to change your hair, save a hair slot? They said that they was gonna add a barber, so yeah. I already wrote that down. Right? I'm making sure I didn't miss a thing, bro. Yeah. Like it will be a barber added to the game. They said this, and then they said something else. They said something about race cosmetics, where you'll be able to turn them on and off. I'm not too sure, but I forgot. It was somewhere around where I wrote this moment. They said something about that. Should I go Seraphim, Striker, or Archer? The game's not even out. How are you gonna theory craft when the game isn't even out? They're probably gonna do a whole bunch of nerfs and buffs. I think it's better to think about that when it actually comes. You know? But the best build right now is Seraphim PvE with 30 Thief, 10 Warrior. You one shot every boss with 2 wing. It's very, very busted. It's so dumb stupid. I plan for loot bags to be enabled during faction PvP events. Better bank your stuff. I don't know if this is confirmation saying that they're actually going to add this. I don't remember if they said anything about loot bags. I don't remember if they said anything about loot bags. So, I don't know. I don't recall. Has to be troll, maybe. Will they have permadeath? No. Mm. I don't think he said that it was a bad thing before, so I don't know about the loot bags. I mean, it's possible. There will be new gear. Oops. I mean to do that. Loki want to rework on the striker gear drip for factions. Well, I mean, they reworked the look on what's it called? So, sure, gauntlets. I'd say that's just enough. Take your wins while you can, bro. Take your wins while you can. But anyway, I think that's all. Let me go back to the first page. But it seems like Josh doesn't have like that much information. But the new information's just about here. Let's see. Throw a coin if it's they're fixing this. Blah blah blah. He was picked because he was a part staff but has heavy investment into the game. I wouldn't want anyone else to ask questions. Crazy. It's also you want to go. Questions were gathered by the info members, which is also part of the community. What is this? Ping Adrian to release the game. Hilarious. Seraphim likely is gonna get a nerf. I'm already knowing. Very, very likely. Dual katana. Quite possible. Quite possible, yeah. Quite possible. Is this, bro? But I think that's it. It doesn't seem like they're adding anything else. I think the last thing I'm gonna add is probably this. Like hybrids. I think that's it. 51 lines. That's not bad. That was a pretty decent. That was a pretty hefty Q&A. That was a pretty hefty Q&A. I don't think there's any other developers that are of concern from my information. Yeah. Summary. Yeah, I think that's it, bro. You're so goated. Yeah, we know. We know, guys. We know. Sabi is goated. Man, Sid, what's the last thing you've coded in this game? Nice try, bro. Nice try. Well, almost well played. Almost well played. What is this stupid but what is this guy? Why do you have so many messages? I do? I only have 23K. It's not that big. Unless you mean in here. Yeah, I don't even have a lot in here either, so I don't know. But I guess in here I do have 23K, right? So 23K is crazy. Really? I don't know. I've been around for a while. I got like 300 plus hours on the game. But I really quit, so I mean, unless the game looks really, really good for content wise, I don't really see myself playing it again. I'll probably play something else or work on my own game. Because I have my own game set in motion here. I go to my Trello. I have my own game that I'm working on here. So, little leak. I'm working on my own game, so. But it would be pretty funny to see, like, I don't know, 30, 10, 10. Yeah, stuff like that. That would be pretty funny. Berserker backstab. Yeah. What's the game called? That is confidential. I cannot say. But it will be coming soon. One day. But it is planned. It is planned. Lots of stuff coming. But it'll be surrounding Rune Slayer. It'll be like a Rune Slayer game. But also like with my own twists. I'm learning how to dev right now, as you can see. I have Roblox Studio and Blender. Will it rival Rune Slayer? That is the main competition. And I don't expect them to do very well on the game, so I'll just take it into my own hands. But I'd rather let the results talk. Feel me? Whatever good ideas they get from this game, I mean, I'll just take it from this, bro. So, but I'll be adding my own twist to it and stuff like that. I feel like Rune Slayer will fall off mid to late 2025. I don't even know if it lasts that long either. I don't know. I feel like when people play the Tundra update, they may be disappointed. And if they get disappointed, it's over, respectfully. And even so, like, I'm pretty sure they put like a sneak peek. And when you're really looking at it, they're not getting very many reactions. Like, sure, they're not mentioning anyone, but 2,000 is not a lot for Discord. Like, if we were to go like, I don't know, Type Soul or something, like there are polls that get way more. It's odd. I don't know, bro. But I guess for sneaks, I mean, I guess it does get about the same, right? So, yeah. It depends. It depends how I don't know, bro. I just don't believe in the game no more. The moment they brought on the Type Soul team, it just wasn't the greatest idea, and I'm just like disappointed. I'm sorry, bro. So, my personal opinion, the game is over. I'm just waiting for the next game or whatever. Like, I've seen several other games that have potential. Like, for example, Absolvement here. They had a lot of good stuff. Lots of changes and stuff, bro. This is a crazy game. And it looks really good. They even have like a progress map and everything. Like, it's stupid good. I like it. So yeah, that's it. Can you send me the link? I want to check it out. I mean, link is right there. Discord.gg/absolvement. All you gotta do is put in absolvement here. Then you'll join it. But there's a lot of games that I have here. Well, not on this Discord account anyway, but I think the top 3 that I'm looking at really is Veilbound, Absolvement here, and probably like Venture. I expect something really good from this game as well. And then past that, maybe like Clover RPG and maybe Emblem Tales. Maybe. They're taking their sweet time on this game, so I mean, let them cook, I guess. They're taking their sweet time. I'm just letting them do their thing. But they got a pretty good team. They got a pretty lengthy team here. Past that, yeah, I think I'm done here. What about Grand Alfheim? I don't know about that game. I'm not gonna lie. Didn't seem that great. Like, yeah, it looks good, but any game looks good nowadays, honestly. Any game looks good with enough time. So I just don't even be bothering. I'm pretty sure I seen something on that game actually by Revolver. That's my boy right there, Revolver, AGZ. I'm not sure if he played that game or if it was a different Sword Art Online game, but I'm almost 99% sure it was Alfheim Online, and it was not good. If this is the game that I'm thinking of, I don't. Wait, it actually might not have been this game. It was a different game. It was a Sword Art Online game, but I'm not too sure. It was like very, very recent. But it was actually like it was trash. Sorcery, Jujutsu Infinite. I said Jujutsu Infinite. Jujutsu Kaisen game. It is a JJK game. It is not good. Actually, it was decent, but the person who made the game, I don't know, bro. Was it really not Grand Alfheim that I'm talking about? I guess it was a different game, bro. Guess it was a different game. Yeah, I think it was a different game, so I don't know. But I recall seeing it and it was horrible. I don't know what I don't know what it was, but it was actually horrible, bro. It was terrible. But anyway, yeah, I'm just gonna end the stream here. Maybe I'll edit a video. Yeah, I'll probably edit a video based on this. Because I know Zuko's gonna take his sweet time on it. But maybe he'll be faster than me. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe, possibly. I'll have to see how people usually do their Q&A videos. But yeah, I'm gonna end the stream here. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for coming out, y'all. One last scroll through for anyone who didn't see it before. So when the stream ends, you can like pause it or whatever. You can see it. There you go, bro. With that out of the way, I'll see y'all later, bro. Peace.